What's up, everybody? Z3K of Trinity here. Today, I am joined with my special guest, LD God 123. We got a discussion / review for you guys. And as you can tell by the description above, this is a spoiling video. So if you do not want this video to be spoiled for you guys, tomorrow I am going to be doing a horror vlog, and I will have a spoiler-free discussion on the newest Chucky movie called Cult of Chucky. This is the spoiler version, so if you don't mind spoilers or have already seen this movie, continue watching this episode. Check it out. It all started with Child's Play. Child's Play, 1998, starring Catherine Hicks, and Alex Vincent. A boy who just wanted a best friend, but instead got a sick murderer. Chucky is worldwide known all over the world and has continued to sprout so many movies. This is the whole collection of all the way up to Seed of Chucky, which don't exist to me anymore. All the way up until this point right here, the Curse of Chucky, which was fantastic. Curse of Chucky, even though it was more B-rated, and the doll itself, the Chucky doll itself, did not look very good whatsoever compared to the 1988 doll's version. But hey, whatevs. Still, great story. Today, me and this guy just got done watching the Cult of Chucky. Now, first things first. In the beginning, when it pans to Alex Vincent playing as, Andy Barkley, and he's on blind dates, but they never work out because they always find out about his dark past with Chucky. Think he's kind of, a little up there. So he goes home, and there's a safe hidden behind a portrait of his military suit. Takes the military suit off, opens the safe, and there's Chucky's head. Chained up to a piece of wood like a display mantelpiece. Has nails in his face. I mean, you could tell he's been through the ringer. Head half blown off from the secret ending to the Curse of Chucky. And right off the bat, Andy Barkley talks to Chucky for a little bit, and he's like, "You want to play?" And he starts burning him with a torch.
What's left of his forehead.
And then it comes up that Cult of Chucky, and immediately I look at this guy and I go, "Holy shit!" Freaking Andy being. I told him I didn't even know if I wanted to be scared for Chucky or scared of Andy. I was like, "Holy shit! What kind of movie are we going to watch today?" And then the movie progresses with, the girl being at the mental institute. She got shock therapy, but it still didn't help. She still had...
after.
4 years after. She's been through shock therapy, which didn't help her. The doctors are trying to get her to basically say, Chucky is just a doll. It's just a thing that you made up. You are the one that killed everyone. And she's like, "Okay, I guess I should believe you guys." So as an exercise thing to help her, doctor holds up this good guy doll. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Chucky, want to play?" And immediately, me and this guy was like, "Wait a minute." Because Chucky's head was with Andy. So what's the deal with this doll? And immediately, you get to meet a bunch of colorful characters in this movie. One guy has multiple personalities. The girl, as soon as she sees the Chucky doll, she's like, "Oh, my baby!" And starts, pretending like it was her child. Just weird, really weird people. And then the Asian girl, I can't remember the name, but she was all, pissed off. She should admit that she killed him, blah, 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 and just being a real bitch. But, as the movie progresses, you find out that Chucky doll is actually alive. And then Here's where the little salt comes in. They introduce another Chucky doll. What's this? 2 Chucky dolls? Both of them. One of them seems to be kind of meh. Because the doctor does an exercise where he tests to see if it's alive. Because she's like, we need to check to see if they're real. They're not real. So he burns Chucky's hand, melts it.
Yeah,
not just burns it, melts it. And the doll never reacted. So she's like, you know what? He's okay, but we need to check that other doll. And they're like, just give it up. Just give it a break.
Yeah, and that's the one that the woman was holding as pretending it's her baby, and she just ran out.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened, good sir? I'll let you speak next.
Well, then she runs outside, and you don't really see... Well, you see what's going on from a window, and you see her standing by a hole, just holding the baby, and this other guy that was in the group that has multiple personalities walks up to her, and she chucked the doll Chucky into the hole, and he goes to bend over to look, I guess, to see Chucky in there, and she shoves him in, and you're like, oh shit. And then a little bit goes, and then it comes back to there, and all of a sudden you just see Chucky slowly rising up. You're thinking, oh, he done killed the guy and he's climbing back out. No, the guy just pulls,
The guy
just
hands
lifts him
Chucky
up
up.
and hands him back to the woman.
And then he glares at the window, all evil looking,
And flips her off.
And then the Chucky doll flips her off. And you're like, wait a minute, both Chucky dolls are alive. And then the movie progresses even further. And then, what's this? Yet another Chucky, a third Chucky doll, which was the one that Andy surprisingly had. It showed back to him, and he opens up this cabinet, and there's this like perfectly mint Chucky doll there. And we're like, are we just... What is this? Is someone going to, like, use the bathroom and get off the toilet and turn around, there's a Chucky doll in the toilet?
Chucky.
Like, Chucky dolls are popping out everywhere like pimples.
When Andy grabbed the doll, he actually went to the asylum because he saw what was happening on the news.
Mm-hmm.
And he had it self-committed. Well, he was wanting him to visit, but they wouldn't let him in, so he punched out a guard to get himself committed. And apparently sent the Chucky he had into the asylum.
Which, the 2 evil Chuckies, at this point, have already killed more than enough staff to really do whatever they want to do at this point. And the girl is already she doesn't think that she's insane, but she knows that there's just no stopping this at this point. And then finally, the Chucky dolls bring to life the third Chucky doll. And all 3 of the Chucky dolls are, talking to each other right in front of her.
And each one has its own deal where you could tell them the difference. The one has the melted hand.
Mm-hmm.
One's hair is all messed up because he was buried alive.
And the other one had, like, really short
Andy
cut hair.
his hair all off, basically. It's just little like mine, just about. It's
about
short.
About as short as his.
And,
or mine.
then that is the funniest part in the movie, is when they decide who's going to get to go after Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all standing there like, I'm going to go after Andy. He did it. I'm going to... Then the one that had the messed up hair goes, no, I'm going after Andy. Look at me. And he goes, oh, yeah, you're right, man. Look at you.
Yeah, you're ugly as hell. You go. You're all messed up.
You go for Andy.
But the kills in this movie is so damn cheesy.
Yeah, they're way
Okay,
cheesy.
we got this moment where this Asian girl, the pissed off Asian I was telling you about, strapped up onto this table. They done gave her a shot because she was going crazy saying that the doll was alive.
Yeah,
the doctor
keep
didn't
her
want to hear
still.
that shit. So she basically is just kind of laying there. She's kind of paralyzed, can't really do nothing. All she can do at this point is kind of like look over.
Mm-hmm. Can't talk or nothing.
Yeah, and Chucky just shows up and he's like, and slams this thing on the ground and shoots
can of
up.
compressed air.
Yeah, it
broke
shoots
the
up,
nozzle off and shut
breaks
the,
the
skylight.
glass in the sky. The glass is starting to fall, and me and Bobby, we're like, oh shit, this is going to be pretty graphic.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking, realistically, the shards are just going to go right in her face, her chest, wherever, and she'll probably just bleed out. Realistically. But immediately, very fast motion, just
instantly cut her head off.
Yeah, instantly slices the head perfectly off. Just really cheesy, like, and I really didn't like that. I thought that they should have went with a more realistic kind of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a Chucky movie. I mean, you know, past few ones, the deaths have been very exaggerated anyway. But the most grotesque kill in the entire movie, I personally feel, was when the guy was face to face with the girl, and Chucky rams that drill in the back of his head, and a drill comes out of his eye. One of the most realistic. I was like,
Yeah, they did that one more realistic, but the other one, they just cut the head off instantly. Just not gonna.
But yeah, that one was realistic, and another kill was when. Okay, well, let's continue this part before. Okay, finally we got all these 3 Chucky dolls. One's going to kill Andy. The other one has the girl in the wheelchair, and she's, you know, he's like, I'm going to put my soul into her. Give me all the power, I beg you. And he does. He puts his soul into her. And she actually can walk now. She gets out of the wheelchair. She is full on Charles Lee Ray. And the one guy, he was on the ground. He was knocked out, the main doctor guy. And he wakes up and he's like, ooh, and she goes, this one's for, I can't remember her name. What was the name of the character?
Kaylee or something?
I can't,
I can't remember.
I know.
Yeah, look on there.
Nika.
Oh,
yeah, that's a weird name. Nika, he looks at the doctor, he goes, this is for Nika. And he stomps the guy's head, like smashes his face in with her heels. And I'm telling you, that was pretty detailed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn. But okay, you got... Now, this is where it all gets pretty confusing. You've got her, which is Chucky, and 2 other random Chuckies. Apparently, the 3rd Chucky doll is now gone because he put his whole entire soul, or part of his soul, into her. Because at this point, they're all dolls, and her are the one entity, the one Chucky. Because he found a way on voodoo.com to put his soul into as many objects as he wants.
Anything
so he could
with
literally be a
legs and
million
arms.
things. Yeah, like my action figure collection. He could be every single figure if he wanted. But, which I think is kind of ridiculous in a way. You know, originally, very first Child's Play movie, when you're messing with voodoo, it comes with a price, right? When he first puts his soul into the Chucky doll, Charles Lee Ray's price was he had to get his soul out of that, or else he will become permanently one with that entity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they were able to kill Chucky in the first place, is because he was becoming more human, so to speak. So you can see in the original movies where doing voodoo and stuff like that, doing magic comes with a big price. These movies, however, it just doesn't seem like there's no price whatsoever. Yeah. Like, oh, I can become as many Chuckies as I want. Anything that has 2 legs, I can become it.
Mm-hmm.
So, to that extent, it makes me already not like the story from that point. But, then we got Andy. He's already been locked up. The Chucky doll comes for him, but he was prepared for it, and he rams the Chucky doll against the wall, jams his hand into the Chucky doll's chest, and pulls out a gun that Andy had hidden in that Chucky doll.
The one that came for him was the one he sent.
Mm-hmm. So he pulls a gun out of that Chucky's stomach, but the idiot unloads all the bullets into that one doll, killing him. So when Nika, a.k.a. Charles Lee Ray, shows up, he's like, you know, guns held ready, but it doesn't do shit. Yeah. So she's like, you know what? Just dooskies.
And locks him back up.
Which also makes no sense to me whatsoever, because throughout all the movies, Chucky's wanting to kill Andy Barclay.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, he had to put his soul in the first person that he told, which was Andy. When he realized he doesn't need that anymore, through the rest of the movies, he wanted to kill Andy. That was like Chucky's main thing.
Mm-hmm.
But here, Nika, full, you know, I wouldn't say had a full opportunity, but here is a chance. And he's like, you know what? Peace out, man. I'll just let you stay in here. And he locks him into the cell room that he was in. So she's heading out the building. The other Chucky doll never says what happened to it.
Yeah, it just vanished.
It was just kind of gone. But she goes outside and she meets Jennifer Tilly, a.k.a. Tiffany Valentine. Chucky's bride or whatever the hell she is at this point.
Yeah.
She meets her and they're like, lesbian kiss. A.k.a. not really lesbians because it's Chelsea Ray, but... Then, of course, it shows in the back of her vehicle, she has her Tiffany doll, which you think, oh, it's just a doll, but here's where the ending of the movie comes into play. They're sitting there, they're chit-chatting, saying, you shouldn't have, I kind of like the girl, you shouldn't have hurt the girl from the first movie, her niece. And he's like, fuck the bitch. And then they all start laughing hysterically, and then the Tiffany doll in the background, she's like laughing, so apparently she's alive too. And then they drive off into the distance. The end. Credits start rolling. And at this point, I'm looking at him like, this is the dumbest movie I have ever seen in my life. Like, Child's Play. What happened? I knew they were going to do something like that, Like, I figured if you keep going and keep going and keep going with the story, eventually you're going to screw everything up. They did that with Seed of Chucky. Seed of Chucky screwed it all up. And then they decided to cover Seed of Chucky by making Curse of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
So where they had no kids whatsoever, and that whole story was basically nothing. Didn't exist.
Yeah.
But this movie, I was like very disappointed in it. It was bad. I did not like how they did this movie. But here's where the major, I know I've spoiled the whole movie, but this is where the major spoiler. So this is a spoiler within a spoiler, guys. If you honest to God don't want to hear this, I would shut the video off now.
No.
But very end of the credits, after all the credits has passed, it comes up on Chucky. His head is just on the table, all been tortured, all that stuff. And this woman shows up at the door. And at first I thought it was Tiffany. I was like, oh, look, she's going to get the head. She's going to get that head of Chucky, and they're just going to all, hold hands and go, Kumbaya, my lord. And just, like, do a little Chucky dance out to the car because they won. But it turns out that was Andy Barclay's mom. She has come back. She's like, Andy had called and sent me, Chucky. And she starts like grabbing pliers and starts torturing the doll as well. Mm-hmm. But here's the best part. It was actually Catherine Hicks, the original actress that played in the original Child's Play movie. Same actress. And when that part happened, I was like, I was froze in like silence. I could not believe that ending. And I know they're making another movie. And when they do, that's probably going to be the most badass. This is their chance. This is their one last chance. She needs to come in there, like, sucker punch Tiffany in the face, pop that, Nika, Niskoskis. Nika. Yeah. Pop her in the stomach, give her one of those knee jabs to the face, because Andy's mom knows karate anymore, so. But, yeah, blew my mind away. What are your guys' opinions? If you've watched this whole video or seen the movie, this is a free zone. Tell us in the comments section below what your exact thoughts are on this movie.
In which you could tell there's little bits we still left out.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell the whole entire movie. So this is still an opportunity, even if you haven't seen the movie but don't mind spoilers, we still left you plenty to watch. Plenty of the kills, plenty of all that good stuff. But yeah, if I had to give that movie a rating from like 10 stars, I'm only giving it a 3. And honest to God, the reason why I'm giving it a 3, 1.5 star for the badass Andy Barclay intro where he's torturing Chucky, and 1 for the after credits, 1.5 star after credit reappearance of Catherine Hicks. That's it. So 3 stars out of 10. Next movie, please come in fists a flying and just let it be badass as hell. It started with Andy and his mom. Very innocent. Andy was trying to make his mom breakfast in bed. He loved his mom. And she loved her son so much she didn't want to disappoint him for his birthday. She was poor. She would do anything. She would out back to get that Chucky doll. And she got him that doll, which turns out to be their worst nightmare. So, they need to end it. Her and her son tag teaming in an actual wrestling ring. Clotheslining Chucky. Giving him the old elbow drop. Pin count. 1, 2, 3. I think that'd be badass.
Yeah.
What a way to end the show series. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know why I'm pointing. I will see you guys in the next video. Everybody just point wherever you want. Nooski.